Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Monday evening to you all. Hope the day has treated you well. Hope it's looked after you. And yeah, there's been a good start to the week. In this video, we are talking about the news that Heung-Min Son, potentially the deal to LAFC is progressing. We're talking about what I can only assume to be a ridiculous report surrounding Spurs' interest in Real Madrid's striker, attacker, winger, whatever you want to call him, Rodrigo. Interest in Alexander Mitravich. I want to chat a little bit about Kobbie Mainoo and an inquiry going into Manchester United for the player. Plenty of stuff really to talk about this week. And, you know, always talk about context and things like that when it comes to transfers, and always talk about context and situation. Spurs, obviously, for the last 2.5 weeks have been waiting on a Morgan Gibbs-White deal that never came to fruition. And now it's about damage limitation this week. Spurs recognizing that they are in the end now of pretty much the second month of the transfer window, having signed one proper first team squad player. I know they said Takai is that, but proof is in the pudding. We don't know. Mamu Kudus obviously is that. So with that being said, Spurs have a lot of work to do over the next few weeks, and Johan Lang and Daniel Levy and, well, Fabi Prachi is going to be involved as well. We know that. All of these people now need to pull their fingers out and start doing probably a little bit of overtime to get the job done now. No more 9 to 5s, no more 2-hour lunch breaks. It's 9 to 9, half-hour lunch breaks, lads. You've got to knuckle down and do some work because you've got a lot to do. So let's jump in and let's talk about some of these transfer reports coming out. I've got it in no particular order, so bear with me. Sorry, one really quick one off the bat. Mikey Moore is expected to go to Rangers on a season-long loan deal. He had offers from the Championship as well, but he looks like he's off to Rangers. Just a heads up on that one. And Caught Offside reckons that Spurs are interested in Gabby Jesus. No, we're not. We're going to move on from that one, if I'm honest. Look, the key thing with Mikey, by the way, as long as he gets regular minutes, that's the only thing I'd say about that. If he gets regular minutes, then I'm all good. I'm all good with it, to be honest. Sorry, let me just bring it up because I saw it earlier for Rodrigo, Sonny, all of the boys. Yeah, let's start with Son. So Ben Jacobs and Tom Bogut saying that LAFC are advancing in talks to sign Tottenham Hotspur captain Heung-Min Son. Spurs won't stand in the way of Son leaving this summer. LAFC believe a transfer is possible towards the end of the summer window and are now close to agreeing terms with Son. Saudi sources believe Son will leave Spurs this summer, are prepared to pay 30 million with add-ons to secure his signature. Now, I don't think they will stop and get in the way of Son's move, but what I would say is there has to be common ground. If LAFC think they're gonna get him for 5 mil, 10 mil, I think you're gonna be sorely mistaken, especially if Saudi are going to try and offer you 4 times that. Now, I think Spurs want to do right by Son, but at the end of the day, and this is the key thing we all need to remember here, at the end of the day, this is still a football club, this is still a business, and money still talks in football. So as much as they may do him a bit of a solid, they're not going to take pennies on the dollar just to do it right by him. Football teams don't do that. That's not what happens in sport. I know how you will sit there and go, but we should do right by Son. He's our captain. And I'm not going to deny that we should do right by him, but also at the same time, football clubs are existing because of money. Football clubs exist because of business. So, yeah, LAFC are going to have to give us some money for him. And that's all I can say about that one. Sorry, evening, Sonia, Spurs, Terry, Caleb, Hansi, Eric, John, Gibbo, Josh, how are we all? Look, we already know Son is a part of the tour going ahead. He'll be gone after the tour, and it does kind of look like it's heading now down that path that Son is going. This one hurts way more than Kane as well, like way more than Kane. This one, like this feels like I don't know. I think this is up there with one of the worst I'd feel about a player leaving, and it's not because he's good or bad or anything in particular. And I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking sentimental. This one's going to hurt, regardless if he was the world's best player or the worst player in the world. It's still going to hurt. So I'm mentally preparing myself for it. I kind of have for about a year, to be honest. Just because obviously he's in his 30s. At some point, he's going to leave. You know, the amount of people tell me he's washed, which is factually incorrect, which is hilarious. So regardless, he's still the captain that lifted a European trophy. So we'll always look fondly on Son. If he stays, not a problem. Not a problem. If he's to go, then he goes. And I'll deal with my own emotions that day. But there's that on Sonny. You know, wonderful servant of the football club. We all know that. Sorry, little one on Kinski. Supposedly, Lille are negotiating with Tottenham to sign him on a season-long loan. It came from Loic Tanzi of L'Equipe. Let's just see on that one. It would make no real sense to me. But then I mean, I don't make the rules, do I? I don't make the rules, but he's gone on the tour. So how close are they really on the negotiations side of thing? Let me bring up the Rodrigo news. I can't believe I'm even talking about Rodrigo. So 2 bits. Ramon Alvarez, very much an in-the-know person of Real Madrid football, saying that Rodrigo has started talks with Tottenham. He's open to leaving Real Madrid, but he would prefer to join Liverpool over Spurs. What? We're not getting Rodrigo. I think people need to just lower expectations. We're not getting rid of. Would I rather take Douglas Luiz or Paulinho? Can I have a third option instead? We're not getting Rodrigo. It's going to cost 90 to 100 million. We're not getting that. Graham Bailey saying that he wants a Spurs move. What? Under what circumstances does anyone think he wants Spurs? I think he stays at Real Madrid. Look, if Liverpool somehow sign Rodrigo on top of signing Isaac and Verts and all of these people, they have to win the double, in my opinion, and then some. You can't be spending $500 million in one window and winning a singular trophy because that's not a good enough return. Also, where the hell are they getting that money from? Fair play to them, but I just don't know where they're getting it from. And it's not a dig before someone cries about PSR. It's not. I just don't know how it works. Obviously, Chelsea find every way under the sun to get around it. But yeah, you'd have a front three of what? Rodrigo, Isaac, and Salah. Yeah, fair enough. Whatever. It's just mental, isn't it? But no, on Rodrigo, we're not buying Rodrigo. I'm not even going to try and spend time on this because actually it makes no sense. I mean, the fact that we've even had this idea that we've opened talks is hilarious to me. So I'm going to move swiftly on. I still cannot get my head around Rodrigo. Yeah, starting right winger for Real Madrid. Oh, he wants Spurs. Mental. Caught offside saying Manchester United, Newcastle, and Tottenham are all battling out to sign Al Hilal striker Alexander Mitravich. I'm going to breathe on this one. Does this not scream panic? I said to you at the start of this video that this week was always about damage limitation. Okay. And I get damage limitation, but you still have time. You still have over a month to get this window right. Okay. And I think they will get it right. I'm going to try and be glass half full and say they will get it right. Because why would I sit here and be miserable? You know what I mean? Why would I sit here and be miserable? Because I enjoy life. I like life. I like touching grass. You know, like going outside and doing things. So I'm going to try and find the positives in things. Don't be one of those Twitter Spurs fans who consistently berate and slag off the club and are just really miserable people to see their tweets. That's just a quick mute each time, by the way. Just mute, mute, mute. Not interested anymore. Like, you might be unhappy in life, but there's no need to project it out onto the internet. Like, life's too short. But on this is a panic move. This screams Timo Werner style move. Like, Mitravich, who is in the Saudi league, so already on crazy wages, who Spurs aren't going to go near, right? Let's have a look at, he's 30 years old, so no thanks. Let's have a look. In the Saudi league, he scored 47 times in 51 games with 8 assists. Crikey, what a return that is. I wonder why that's the return. Not like it's the Saudi league, and I'm pretty sure most defenses are made up of myself, Josh, and Hansi, to be honest. So, yeah, bonkers, isn't it? Mitrovic is better than Solanke and Richarlison put together, so he's the world's greatest striker. I rate that. Yeah, I've talked about it, Martins. Would I want Garnacho if Son leaves? You'd hope we do better. I mean, the people saying Rafa Leao just live in a football manager FIFA world, don't they? We're not signing Leao. We're not going to get Rodrigo. I think Garnacho has all the ability in the world, by the way. Like, I will say this, and I think people can agree. People talk about his attitude, which is so funny because I don't say the same thing about Douglas Luiz, who's refusing to turn up for training because he wants to leave. They don't say half of the attitude issues when it comes to other Man United players, or it just seems to be Garnacho, which is quite hilarious. Like, I'm not denying there might be an attitude concern, but to say that he has attitude issues, but other players, it just feels quite hypocritical, to be honest, of some people. I think he has all the ability in the world. He's still a very young player with plenty of Premier League experience. With Garnacho, it'd come down to cost. Because, I mean, Liverpool value Harvey Elliott at 50 million, which God loves the hopeful and God loves the tries. Problem is, like, the market nowadays has been nuked, isn't it? Like, when on earth was Morgan Gibbs-White's worth 65 million a few years ago? When was Kudus worth 55 million a few years ago? I mean, what was it, 12 years ago, Gareth Bale was worth 85 million, right? And that was crazy. And now you're looking at players not even near the stratosphere as how good he is, going for 100 plus million. The market is just cracked, isn't it? You know, it's just mental. So it's really hard to wrap my head around figures for players, because I'm going to talk about Kobbie Mainoo in a second. With Garnacho, it's like, what would be a fair price in terms of how much we would willing to offer and how much they'd be willing to accept? It's like a player has one decent season at least, and they're 60 million at least. Yeah, this is what I mean. It's like, when were the days, the days of like, he's worth 25 million, everyone going 25 million, crikey, that's a lot of money, to now going 25 million for a championship player, that's decent money, We desperately need a statement signing. I don't think we need to say statement signings are all great and all, right? I'd just rather players that fit the system. This has always been my big thing, right? When people go and get Milan Skriniar, it's like, what, to play a high line possession based football? It's your funeral for doing that. I mean, people don't think Radu Dragic could do it. Radu's probably a more well, no, he's not even more. He's not probably, sorry. He is a way more athletic version. So for my thing would be, go and get people that are going to fit the system. We don't seem to try and do that with our managers. We seem to go to our managers, here's a box of the manager's old players, make that work. I don't care if you want to get rid of players. I don't care if you want to bring players in. Make that work because it's cheaper. And that's what it's always been about. It's always been about, it's cheap. Al Dente, mate, how are you? So, yeah, on Garnacho, What did he do last season? Let's have a look. What did he do last season? Like benefit of doubt as well. Change of manager, change of system, all those things. I mean, he's 21. He turns. Oh, he literally not long turned 21. Argentine international. I mean, 26 goal contributions in 93 games in the Premier League so far. In 24-25, 36 games played, 8 goal contributions. I mean, it's similar to Kudus. 15 games played, 5 goal contributions in the Europa League. I mean, the EFL Cup, 3 games, 3 goals, 3 assists. I mean, that's pretty elite. Obviously scored a Kudus. I mean, 58 games played, 21 goal contributions. It's nothing to sniff at. I don't know, to be honest. Could we do better? Probably. Will we? Only time will tell. But I think we are in the Garnacho market. I really do think so. We need more than one statement signed. Look at Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and Arsenal already far ahead of us, and now they're even more signings. Time to go get Eze. He's on the tour. Yes, Stephen. Heard that we failed to meet the release clause. So to us, mate, anything about Gibbs White, I just can't be asked. You know what I mean? It's like he signed the contracts. You know, he's done the video. Like, I very much now have moved past it. So, you know, we could have told him he's a plonker. He's an idiot in the transfer dealings. And I just wouldn't react to it. Just, that's behind us. Got to move forward now, you know. Jen, you don't know how your channel's not more popular, Andy. I don't put the time in to advertise it. I don't put the time in that other Spurs YouTubers do. They've all got way too much time compared to me. Even the ones that have families have way too much time compared to me. You know, with everything that goes on in my life, I barely have time for the lives, to be honest, at the moment. That's why I only did like 2 or 3 last week. So that'd be why. Other channels are putting out loads, and I just hit you with here and there's, and that's kind of the thing. So until life settles down, I probably won't progress that much, and that's fine. I prefer sit and chat with you guys, and chat some nonsense, which is way more enjoyable. It's like if you're at the pub with your mates. If you're at the pub with your mates talking football, this is what this is like. It's the irony that I'm just talking at you for a certain amount of time, but that's how it feels. You know, crack a beer and just chat some footy. You don't do popcorn reactions. You say, keep your head right about it all. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. Garnacho goes missing. Is Adam Water a statement signing? He is, but he won't be moving. Give me Eze to make my day. Hansi, I just want to give you Eze, mate, because you have been the most dedicated Eze supporter ever. It's like Polly with Solanke. That's your guy. I'm trying, mate. Hey, Bally. I know it's more the fact is, do we have money or do we need to sell to buy? We still need to sell. We still need to sell because we've got a bloated squad, but we do have money to buy. If Real Back Walls guy, he's probably second choice in most positions who play with Spurs, but he's quality player to have come off the bench. Quality is better than quantity, Andy. True, but you need the mixture. Like I'm on a couple of big channels, but always have time for your content, mate. You're more relatable, interact well. We chat over summer fruits. Oh, mate, I haven't had summer fruit squash today. I think I'm flagging. I need a summer fruit squash. But I appreciate it, don't you, mate? Legends. It doesn't help Lang works on the covers. We don't know who we're going for. Also true. Ranked in the richest clubs in the world, where is the money? Well, it's like the movie, Show Me the Money. Eze would be great. So I'll get the Eze love. He's fun to watch. Why don't we try for Ramsey and Rogers? Villas need to sell. Don't know what's happening there. That's not breaking Martins. That's from this afternoon, bud. Right, let's talk Kobbie Mainoo. I think I actually saw it via the United stands. Let's have a look. Where is it? Leipzig wants 70 million for Sesko. Have at it, lads. Have at it. Where is it? Where is Where the hell is it? I saw it earlier. Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is it. Okay. Right. Yeah, we found it. Give Me Sports saying that Spurs are said to be impressed by Mainoo's versatility and have made initial inquiries to explore the feasibility of a potential transfer. Ed, you've got summer fruit squash in front of you. Look, if I pass away in life, but people are onto the summer fruit squash hype train, then I've done my job. I won't get excited about Rodrigo goes as if Liverpool want him, then he's only going one place. Let's get Mainoo Garnacho. No, thank you. That's awful, Jared. That is all, and you know it's awful as well, Jared. That's the thing. You're giggling right now, but you know that's awful. Would I say right now? I feel like they should just postpone the Super Cup because I don't want to get embarrassed because that's the road we're going. Would you be happy with Eze and Rodrigo as the final two of the window? No, we still need a left back. If we don't sign left back, this window is a 0 out of 10. This is it. I don't care. You could sign prime Lionel Messi, bring Ledley King back out of retirement at his peak, Bale, all that. If we don't get left back, it's a 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. You're actually giggling. You are awful. You are so awful, Jared. And do we ever want to play on 300 grand a week? No, we don't. If Rodrigo moves, he's sick of winning trophies. We need Hato, but he's going Chelsea. Yeah, seriously need left back. Absolutely. Isn't Donny our backup left back? Don't even. I love Jamie. I think Jamie's got all the ability in the world to be a fantastic footballer. He's not a left back. Okay. You're welcome to set up perfectly. Talk about left back. I appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. No, look, on Mainoo, look, very talented player. And you can see a common theme, right, on a lot of our activity recently. English. They're wanting to build out a little bit on the homegrown front, which I totally get, by the way. I don't actually have an issue with that. Mainoo, obviously, get it, right? You get it. The Mainoo thing, obviously, is he isn't an attacking midfielder. He's more of an 8. Obviously, if you add him into the sort of stockpile of the midfielding talent that you have coming through, you know, with Bergval and Pape and Gray, and you could throw in the Donleys and things like that. There's a lot of talent in that midfield, and that's the case. And you'd have midfield set up for years to come. And I think he will continue to develop. I think with Kobbie right now is he could do with being under management that is stable. Now, the irony is he probably was not going to get out of Spurs. But he's also not going to get out of Man United because if Amorim doesn't hit top 6 this year, I think he's gone. There's a track record of Sir Jim sacking managers every season at Nice. So, yeah, I think Kobbie at the 8 could work. But you also need bodies. Like the thing is, well, with our midfield, like our midfield and defenses, then we need bodies. Players can't stay fit long enough. Which is why, I still think Basuma might move on. I still think Bentancur could move on. And you need to replace them. So, it makes sense in that regard. Now, how much would he cost? I mean, actually, I don't. He's only got 2 years left on his contract, am I right? Let's have a look. Where? And yes, I know he grew up wearing a Spurs shirt. I do know that. Don't worry. He's not long turned 20. Contract expires in summer 2027, club option for another year. They're going to want at least 50 million. And at least. That's going to be 60 plus million. Oh, I don't know about that one. Annie, Mainoo or Sar. Bergval. Anthony Robinson and Rodrigo happy then? No, more. No backups. No backups. We don't do backups. I'm not doing backups. We're doing rotational players. He'd rotate with Destiny. I found saying Mainoo is a 10, but is being played out of position. I don't see him as a 10. And also Bruno is a level above him as a 10 as well. So tough, really. Windows open, they put him attacking midfield left back. Really, what does that mean? I don't know what you mean, Clout. Prefer Bergval to Mainoo as the 8. I prefer Bergval pretty much over most midfielders, to be honest. How soft are our players? I don't know. No, Reguilon's not here, mate. He is gone. Don't worry. Brian Hill's obviously had that injury. Solomon's injured again. Didn't get, he got injured at Leeds and stay fit all season. He's come back in pre-season Spurs and he's injured. Who grew up wearing a Spurs shirt? Kobbie Mainoo. There's an old picture of him. Google it. Kobbie Mainoo, Tottenham shirt, and you'll see him. Do we know how far the Chelsea Javi Simmons did? That's progressing. We're not getting in there, mate. What about Vista? They want 50 million. Newcastle, the only team that seems legitimately in for him. But they're also going for Sesko. Are Solanke doggy injured? Picked up Knox. We'll see. We will see. But Solanke went on tour. I'm pretty sure Destiny went on tour as well. I don't know. Again, been out of the loops. Been out of the loop with things. I watched the F1 and watched the darts yesterday, and obviously the Lionesses winning, which was fantastic. But yeah, 5:30 a.m. wake up this morning wasn't great. A doggy didn't go on tour. There you go. You learn something new every day. Cheers, Graham. Appreciate that, dude. But look, we'll sort of see on that one. The darts was brilliant. It was brilliant. Thought James Wade might have had it at one point, but Luke Littler really is just an absolute stalwart. How is it I load up Twitter and people just abusing our players again? It's pre-season, just chill out. Let's get going. Actually, on a good coach, he'd be awesome. Ben Days Hat's being considered as a future member of the coach staff. Why else would you extend a 32 hours contract who's way past his best? Very simple. This transfer window feels like a flat tire. Probably because it is a flat tire. Probably because it is. Look, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to head out for a stroll and then I'm going to head down to the supermarket to grab some stuff. So I really do appreciate it. Please look after yourselves this evening. Go and get yourself outside as well if you haven't today. It's good to get some fresh air. I'll be back hopefully Friday, if I'm honest. I don't know when our next be, but it'll be Friday at the latest. And I'll be back, talk a lot more about Tottenham. Take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care. Peace.